Okay, so here we go, and we're gonna start making these 5 beautiful and hopefully creative and unique bookmarks. Hi, if you're new here, I'm Paula. Thanks for stopping at my channel, and I hope you enjoy the ideas I have for you today. I saw a circular bookmark that was made to look like a citrus slice, so I thought maybe we could use that circle a little differently. To get that circle, I traced my tape, and then I drew the part that goes into the page with my ruler. I realized the first drawing I didn't have enough space for my idea, so I just turned my little cardboard and started again, putting my circle further down. So now I have my shape again, and the idea is to do something inspired by a beautiful book. You might recognize it already, The Little Prince. I thought the circle would look very cute as a planet, so I drew all of my design and then I went over it with a micron pen. When I was done tracing everything, I decided to have a little part of a quote from the book on the bookmark. I thought that would be a nice little detail. And then when I was writing the quote, I thought I should do something Winnie the Pooh, because Winnie the Pooh has the most amazing quotes and he is my favorite Disney character of all time. There's something about him I've deeply loved since I was a toddler. So yeah, let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, maybe a whole video of Pooh-inspired crafts, or if that's just me. Maybe it's just me. Okay, so after that was done, I erased all of my pencil lines and colored in my illustration with my Ohuhu markers that I'm still learning to use. This is my second time using them, so I'm still experimenting. Once the whole illustration was painted, I realized that the markers bled a lot in this cardstock. It's not very thick, so I went ahead and finished coloring the back part of my illustration, trying to match it to the front as best as I could. It's basically done, but one last step before cutting my bookmark, because I wanted to make it a little bit more durable, so I put some shipping tape on it. The tape didn't really cover my illustration, so I took out an extra piece, cut it in the middle, and very carefully did a little butt joint with the 2 pieces of tape. You cannot really tell, but now everything is covered. After that, of course, I cut my bookmark, and here it is, so gorgeous. But I'm going to show you how it looks within a book at the end with all of the other bookmarks. Let's go to the second idea. For this one, my idea is to have a little bee as the bookmark. So I drew one as cute as I could, and I also added some of her honeycomb to make the illustration a little bit bigger. Then I drew 2 circles that I thought I was going to use but didn't. You'll see. And of course, traced my little bee with my micron pens. Erased everything and got to coloring her with markers. When she was all nice and colored, I also protected her with some of the packing tape and used the same technique I did with the previous bookmark. The back of the bee was looking super messy, so I just glued a piece of craft paper on it and then did the tape on top of that. I cut everything, and it's really easier to cut when things are protected with the packing tape. I don't know why, it just is for me. Then I fixed the shinies in her eyes, and now it was time to do the second part for the bookmark, for which I had drawn the circles. My idea was to use the circles and make some type of 3D looking daisies, but that did not work at all. So I went ahead and started to draw a flower. It's kind of funny how long this part of the process took, because I drew one and I hated it. I drew the center for a second one and I guess that didn't work. Then I drew a third one and it still was looking funky, so I started again. For the 4th time, I decided to use 2 circles for reference, and with this final one, I was kind of happy, so I traced it, colored it, and wrote the little quote I wanted. In any case, I covered that flower with the packing tape yet again, you know how it goes, and then I cut it and it was ready. I now had the 2 pieces for my bookmark, so I went ahead and punched a hole on both of them. And then I attached them together with a little piece of twine. The idea was basically that the flower will rest on the outside of the book and the bee will be marking the page. And that's why it's cute that it says to be continued in the flower. Again, I'll show you all of the bookmarks together and how they look inside a book at the end of the video. For now, let's move on to the third idea. For the third one, I'm drawing a flower again, and because it went so wrong the last time, I'm keeping this one very, very loose. I drew some guidelines with pencil, and then I erased them so it would be very, very light and I could watercolor on top of it. I had a little fun with the watercolors, playing with it and making it as pretty as I could, and while that dried, I created this long strip of cardboard, which I then cut and folded in half with these 2 little flaps folded out at the top. With that, my flower had dried, so I took some coloring pencils to make it a little bit more detailed. And here comes the hard part. You have to take your drawing and cut it in half and glue each half to one of these flaps. This is so that the flower, which will stick out when marking a page, can be stored flat if you keep it inside a book. I decided it would be cute to draw the stem coming down from the flower, and this is it. Here's my third bookmark. I think this was simpler, but it's still beautiful. You'll see it inside a book at the end. For the idea and for this one, I'm drawing a little character. I actually did show you this one in my community post so you could see it and have a little sneak peek of what I was doing. I'm drawing a cute little cat and it's holding a heart. You know how I love hearts in everything. And I'm just making the illustration as beautiful as I can. Then again, I take my micron pens, trace everything except for the eyes, and you're going to see why in just a minute. After I erase my pencil guidelines, it's time to color my cat with the markers, and again, I don't color the eyes. I protect the cat with some packing tape, you know the drill, and now it is time for the eyes. I saw this idea on Pinterest and I really wanted to try it. What you do is you take empty pill blisters and you clean and straighten them up. You add a little black piece to them and you make your own googly eyes. So this is what I was trying to do. I tried to do it with black cardboard at first, but once I glued the blister to the white cardstock for the backing, the black part wasn't moving. I took that apart and tried it a second time. This time I used little balls of clay for the eyeballs and that worked better. I then cut my DIY googly eyes and glued them to the cat. One final detail, with my X-Acto knife, I cut his little arms out so he could be balancing from the page. And that is it. He's cute. Wait till you see him hanging from the book at the end. Okay, and quickly into the final bookmark. And this is an idea I also saw, but I couldn't find them anymore on Amazon or anywhere. So it's kind of good that we're making our own, I guess. By the way, I'll share the link to the original citrus bookmark in my description in case you want to buy one. I'm drawing a cassette tape, and what I'm going to do is draw it and then cut the cardboard and fold it in the middle. I do this so I can cut around the tape and draw the other side of the tape exactly in the same size. Once I had both sides of the tape drawn, I trace and color them, making it as fun as possible, and of course, again, cover it with some packing tape. Now this is the part where it gets a little fun. I have a lot of cassette tapes lying around in my studio because I create art with them. I make these mixed media paintings. I took a piece of the actual tape and just stuck it in my cassette. I noticed the ones I saw a picture of actually had a fabric ribbon, but I thought it would be really fun if we used the actual tape. And here are all 5. Let me finally show you how they look inside a book. I hope you can tell me which is your favorite. Here's the first one with the little prince. Don't you think that's gorgeous? I just love how it sticks out. I mean, the circle really works for me. Then, of course, we have our next one of a bee. And like I told you, the bee is going to be on the inside, and the idea is for the flower to be just hanging from the book spine like this. Third idea was our flower. I think this is the easiest one. You could even do it with a sticker or a printout and attach the cardboard to it, but it's really beautiful how it sticks out from a book. And then it's our cute little cat with crazy eyes. I really enjoyed doing this one. I think I want to do googly eyes again. So here it is hanging from the book. He looks adorable. And finally, here's my very much old school cassette tape bookmark. With that, we've reached the end of this video. It was really easy, I think, to make all of these. You could make them for your friends or for Christmas presents. I don't know. Let me know if you like them in the comments. Oh, I forgot. I used this bookmark on the thumbnail for the cover of this video, so I thought I'd show it to you here, but I actually made it on this other video that shows you how to make some fun things with foam clay. Okay, now that's really it. I'll see you next time. Have the most beautiful day. Bye!